Hey guys, good evening everybody. Welcome to another edition of the accidenttrader.com nightly wrap-up show. Hope everybody is doing okay. Everybody had a good day of trading. So you guys remember when just right going to the election when Armageddon was real, right? Armageddon was real, and again, the worst possible outcome could be Hillary, and the absolute worst case scenario was going to be Trump. Well, obviously it didn't happen, right? Nothing happened. We were still here. We didn't fall off the planet. The world didn't explode. A comet didn't come and crush all of us and explode the earth, right? And if you remember, we were like 9 days in a row, like somewhere around here. We were like 9 days in a row of S&P 500 falling lower. Now, why is that important? Well, it didn't happen like in a decade. And within that decade, you had the whole mortgage meltdown. So think about that. You had the whole mortgage meltdown. The last time the S&P 500 was down 9 days in a row. So the most amazing part about this whole move up, okay, this whole move up is it's improbable, right? Think about that. It's improbable. Every single downtick is the top of the market. Every single time we have a futures that go down more than 5 handles, that's the reversal. This is it. This is it. This is it. And then next thing you know, 10 days later, again, we're all-time highs. So it's so important, again, guys, and I really emphasize this every single day. Stop trying to forecast. We don't have crystal balls. Again, yes, the market's gone straight up since the election night. We know this, okay? The market's improbable at these levels. Earnings, okay, nothing great, okay? The big order groups, the big groups in general, semiconductors, very, very strong. Biotechs finally woke up, very, very strong. You have all these high beta names, selectively very, very strong. You have all these rotations in and out, in and out. Certain days are slower than others. You have these crazy high flyers, small cap stocks still going nuts. And again, if you think there's any fear in this market, okay, here's the salt of the earth. Okay, this one right here. Okay, this stock right here is the salt of the earth. So if a stock like this, the complete garbage of the septic tank, I'm talking about the king of the garbage, the king of the manure, the king of everything, could be up 37%. Where is the sentiment? Think about that. Just really think back, and you could be the biggest bear in the world. When you have dreck like this, right? That's the word crap in Yiddish. Okay, when you have dreck like this floating to the top, okay, there is zero fear in this market. There is zero regard for safety, and everybody will bid up anything, right? As long as there is a pulse. So what makes you think today will be the day, or tomorrow will be the day, or the day after will be the day that the market reverses? Now, again, we're not fortune tellers. We don't have crystal balls. We could be having this conversation 24 hours from now saying, wow, you see that 300 point decline? Now, again, everybody that I know has been trading for more than 5 minutes. Everybody's expecting this pullback, okay? The regards of inventory, okay? And this is, again, for those of you guys who don't know what inventory means, it's holdings, stock holdings. The stock holding inventory has decreased month over month for the last several months. Again, the majority of my friends who are predominantly swing enablers, okay, are getting much more defensive. Risk is off. They're starting, they started short positions a little early, but they started short positions. More of them are more into the day trading mode, the cash flow mode, because everybody knows, again, no matter how aggressive a tape is going to be, the market will pull. And when it pulls, it's not going to pull, giving you a warning, sending you an email. It's just going to pull, and you're going to get massacred, okay? And the one thing, again, when you have a top or a screaming exhaustion candle, it's not going to come on a Thursday after the market made another high with less volume on an inside day. A screaming reversal is going to be this rabid, monster, euphoric, parabolic, whatever adjective you want to use, screaming moonshot in the morning. It's going to reverse somewhere in towards lunchtime, and it's going to put in an inverted hammer, and then that will at least be the sign that a back test will be starting. But again, ask any unsophisticated hedge fund. Again, the word hedge fund manager is just another title. There's so many people who are so unsophisticated, but they have the resources to raise capital that should not be managing money. That's why a lot of them went down the ship with oil. A lot of them went down with the ship with the internet craze, buying it down. Because again, so many people, not enough talent. And again, the word hedge fund should not be anything that's impressed by you. Majority of people, again, as I say this today, just should not be managing money. It's just the reality. That's why the prop business died about 4 years ago. The talent pool died. So what makes you think if you're a hedge fund manager, you're smarter than anybody else, right? These are the same people who say, I failed as a prop trader. Let me go to my resources. Let me raise some capital. Let me start a hedge fund. Use the 2 and 20 model. Oh, by the way, now Bernie Madoff has made it impossible to do the 2 and 20 model. Let's make separate managed accounts and make safety. And again, you still fail. You still fail. Now, a lot of people turn around and say, what the hell is Dan just talking about? Yes, obviously, I'm a little bit off course here, but you think you get the point. The market is the market. Yes, we're overbought. Yes, we're overextended. Yes, right? Yes. Can we go higher? Absolutely. And the point is, again, think safety first, scale down. Again, scale down inventory. And again, if you are a true person who believes in gravity, you know the pull's coming. It's just a matter of time. The problem is, don't wake up every single morning and say, today's the day, today's the day, today's the day, today's the day. Eventually, it will be the day. Okay, eventually it will be the day. The most important part is be prepared for it. Don't get don't get blindsided, and just be proactive. So if you look at yesterday's day, it was, and again, we talked about this on the video. Yesterday's day for me was complete Murphy's Law. Anything that could possibly go wrong did go wrong. I'm talking about my platform failing. I'm talking about, failing on me. I'm talking about me completely having brain farts chasing a couple of trades, which I shouldn't have any business chasing. Just everything went wrong. And, the funny thing is, for all you guys who are on our part-time trader program and, in our live webinar, on the bottom of the email that goes out is our webinar recording. Okay, and that's all 7 hours of the day. And if you listen to it, again, nobody's expecting you to watch all 7 hours of the action, but if you watch the first 20, 25 minutes, that's morning strategy. And the first thing that I started talking about in morning strategy, how good I felt. And it's so odd, but I have this really great attribute. When I do have a day that I don't make money or lose money, whatever the case may be, or just have a mental bad day, it's almost like a breath of fresh air. It's almost like I'm exhaling, because I know you're going to have a bad day. Everybody's going to have a bad day. The problem is it going to be a bad day that it could be a paper cut, or is it going to be a bad day that's going to be a severed head? So an analogy I used to use all the time. So I woke up this morning, felt really, really good, really focused, really concentrated. And like I said yesterday in the video, short memory, today's a new day. And today played out perfect. Today played out perfect. I took 3 trades, made money in 3 trades, and one of my overnight positions gapped up on some news, and good stuff, good stuff. So it's very, very important. And I say this to all the new traders. It's so important just to have a short memory. It really is. It's so important not to be totally engulfed in this business, because it'll destroy you. It'll destroy you. You'll have one day and you'll spill it over to the next day. And the next thing you know, spill, and then there's a domino effect, and you become a statistic. And it's very, very easy to do. And one thing we try to convey to everybody who walks in through our live webinar, just how to handle yourself on all types of situations. Again, if it was peaches and cream and days at the beach, we'd be all sitting pretty on some sort of 60-foot yacht. 60-foot yacht sitting pina coladas, right? Sipping pina coladas. So it's so important to really see the good, bad, and the ugly every single day, to learn from it, really, really learn from it, have a very short memory, and go on to the next day. The swings that we've been putting in, now, I've been doing very, very well. I've been really, really doing very, very, very well. The VRX from a couple of days ago at 16, went pre-market like 17 and change before they came on crashing. Kate was a big one, and congratulations for the several people who emailed me today. Again, you can see what happened with Kate. This was the trade we put into the room right here. This 1945 break, big move here as well. You have all these things. Yes, STX still humming. We talked about this 46.70 area. Stock went to 48.50s just yesterday. So again, these swings look very, very good. Jabil, I mean, you can go down the line. It doesn't really make a difference. You could go down the line. We talked about Jabil off this 25.15 area is finally starting to go. So slowly but surely, all these things are starting to wake up. Again, you could turn around and say, well, what's a big deal then? They're products of the market. Well, yeah, everything's products of the market. And the point is, if it's a good market, you should, if this is your thing, then swing them away. If it's a bad market and that's the thing, well, don't swing them away. But the point is, again, take responsibility for what it is. Make sure you are trading responsibly. Again, that's the name of the game. Trade responsibly. So, kind of getting to the tape today. Again, this wasn't another day that the market was going to crash. This wasn't apparently another day that the market was going to backtest. It was just another inside day. And again, inside day is just another bullish scenario of didn't take out the highs, didn't take out the lows. just kind of just sat there. And that's exactly why the bears are so frustrated. They know this day is the reversal day is inevitable. It's just not coming. And that's the most important part. So eventually it will come. Eventually they'll have the day in the sun. Hopefully we'll catch some good ranges to the downside. But the most important part is until it changes, until something materialistically changes, don't try to play in Miss Cleo. Don't try to reinvent the wheel and look at your crystal ball, because that's not what we do. We're not speculators. We're beasts of ordinary aggression. What ordinary aggression is clues. We collect the data, and then we play accordingly based on technical analysis, and that's what trading is. Some good stuff today in the room. Some really good stuff today in the room. First and foremost, again, that's why we talk about morning strategy. We didn't have too low. We didn't have too low on any of our watchlist lists yesterday. We talked about too low pre-market. Again, it didn't give the move I really wanted to. I really think it was a big move, but the point is, again, we talked about this pre-market. We identified the pivots, and again, this is a really good tutorial. You know, here's a 60-minute candle. The high is 33.85. Another candle here, 33.89. Right? You just got to kind of going across. It's like you're almost back testing away. You know, you're coming across. There's another high, 33.86. So we knew that this channel is going to be this 33.90 level. And that's where I bought stock. You know, we bought stock at that 33.90 level and started shooting up about 40 cents. I started quarters of my position there. And then when the stock market started reversing, it reversed as well. And I used break even as my stop. Why wouldn't you? Because the stock went all the way back down to the $33 level. That's the key. You can't be big-headed. Yes, we all want that $1, $2, $3 run. But sometimes cash flow is king. When you see the rest of the futures reverse, and you better make adjustments. Let's see what else. BNTC, there was two pivots in the room. I caught the second one. The first one was right here. The first one was right here that I called out. That 3.5 break went to 350 and I'm sorry, 335. Yes, so I bought the 350 break. It went to 367. I made some sales, and the rest again I sold break even on the way back down. And that's the right thing to do because the stock went all the way down to $3 a share. So that was good as well. Tesla was just an incredibly aggressive pivot. Congratulations for all you guys who did catch it. Here is the initial pivot right here. Okay, here's the initial pivot right here, but this is a little overextended, this $26 break. Here is the real pivot here. Here's the real pivot. We talked about it. I put this in on social media. I put this on Twitter. I put this on StockTube. Hey guys, watch this 275 30s level. If it breaks that, it's going to die. And well, that's what happens. So congratulations for all you guys who caught that as well. And Amazon, here's a sneaky pivot of the day. This was my last trade of the day. Here was the Amazon trade. Let me show you guys. So Amazon was just kind of sitting there, right? It made its 52-week high earlier in the day, and it was just kind of sitting there. And again, this is why we talk about 60-minute candles. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4. We have hours of data, right? Look at the high here, guys, right? 842.73. 842.62, 842.57, 842.70. So once this thing broke, and there was a nice offer there, that's what basically got me into the trade. There's a big offer, and I love these cleanups. I say this all the time. For me to see an offer on a pivot on high beta, it's like a fly. It's like a fly gravitating to crap. Excuse my French, but that's the truth. There was a huge offer there that got swept up, and I knew it was only going to get to the 44s because again, this is supply. So I bought it here, sold it here. So I was pretty happy about the trade. It didn't take as much size as I wanted because it was already towards the end of the day. But again, it is what it is. It's all about cash flow and the opportunity. We just don't know when the opportunity is going to come, so we have to be ready. And again, this is something I always say towards the latter part of the day. You never hear anybody turn around and say, "Hey man, I gave back my whole day in the morning." No, usually people give back their whole days in the afternoon. So that's why after the morning session, I start scaling down tier size for cash flow trades because again, you want to protect your capital, but you do want to have enough to make the trade worthwhile. And again, congratulations to all you guys who did catch this trade as well. What else I want to talk about? What else do we have? So BNTC twice, too low, Tesla, Amazon. I didn't take this Google pivot. There was a Google pivot here at 40.60. I didn't take this one that went to 42 and change. Right? I definitely like what I'm seeing for tomorrow. We just don't know if these things are gonna have enough juice. Again, deemed market to be bullish until it's not. And again, when it's not, then it'll give you very clear signals when not to enter and not to chase a long scenario. So let's get to the action for tomorrow, guys, and let's see what we have for tomorrow. So let's start off with Google, right? Start off with Google and start off with Amazon. I like Google. I like Google. I like Amazon. Let me clear this up a little bit. Let me clear this up a little bit. So yeah, so here's the line here. It's kind of been rejected several times now off this 42.50 area here for the for the last several days. I think this thing gets above 843. This thing has a lot of upside. This thing does have a lot of upside to the 859, 860 area. And again, Google just hasn't had those 20-point days. And if we don't die tomorrow and there's good aggression towards the upside, again, keep an eye on any option activity tomorrow early in the morning. Obviously, tomorrow the weekly, so there will be any juice, any premium in these trades. Maybe will be a clue via the options market. This 843 level, I really like the stock. Amazon again briefly took out the high of the day today at 52. This is definitely the highest close of the stock. And, people say, look, well, the breakout failed. No, it didn't fail, guys. Look where it stopped. Stocks trade from supply to supply. Look where the stock. So it wasn't a failing breakout before it started retracing back to the 41s. It's got rejected off supply. So if it gets above this 845 level, it should start going. So definitely keep an eye on Amazon there as well. Okay, definitely keep an eye on Amazon there as well. Some other names that I do like as well. Let me see what I like here. So Amazon, Google. Look at Lila. Lila is medium. Okay, there's a lot of marriages on Spectrum, all these different cable outlets. I mean, big move today, 16% move into the 150-day moving average. And if it reclaims at 26, it could get to the next supply of 27 and change. Again, you're buying it through 26, your stop is 25.89. Again, you have 11 cents for a possible $1.40 move. Good value there. Shake Shack coming off the bottom. Excuse me. Shake Shack coming off the bottom here. Again, some of my favorite patterns are always all bottom channels. Again, that's where value I trust would ever trade here. Okay, so here's the Shack chart. It stopped. It keeps on getting rejected off the 200-day EMA. If it could just reclaim that area, I think the stock can go. So keep an eye on that. Look at this AGTC. I was watching this thing toward the end of the day. 20 stocks that trade a 5-cent spread, but it's a good looking chart. It's a good looking chart. And again, it's coming off a bottom. I think of this thing at $8, you have a move coming to 840, 875 area. So keep an eye on that. Mattel looks like it's turning back down. Again, I'm not making a big list of short stocks. The only ones I'm really looking at are the betas from the ranges. But some of the names are starting to trickle back down again. Okay, start back down. I think Mattel here, if it can, and I apologize, guys, there seems to be a lag with TC1000 a little bit this evening. So here's this little sneaky channel here. If the market starts cracking down below this 25.50 level, so keep an eye on that. And the last one I want to keep an eye on, guys, is AVID. And again, I apologize. For some reason, there's a lag in, as you can see here, it's not even forming, but hopefully we should have one chart left. So AVID has a nice little channel here, nice little flag. I think a break above $6 can get this thing going, so keep that as well. Everything else, all the high beta names, will definitely cover tomorrow during morning strategy at 9 a.m. Eastern time, so get there early. Good bounce back day today, guys. Have a great night, everybody. And TGIF, right? See you tomorrow, guys. Have a great night.